Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Unreal World, and we are back today for another episode of the Runaway Slave playthrough. Here we are, up north, in fact. We have found ourselves a new home, everybody. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. So we are up here by the coast. You can see the lovely blue waters of the ocean there, and we zoom out. We have decided to move up here because of the incursion of the purple slave trading enemy down here. They're the ones who originally held us captive, too. So we decided to just evacuate that land altogether. And it's too bad because this was some really fertile territory, but we must cede it to the enemy. We cannot confront them. That's not our playstyle, not this time. No, no, no. We have decided to completely get away from all civilization. So here we are. I did discover a wonderful little spot up north here. So there's plenty of mountains, not very rare, but I did find this awesome little patch of lake right here in the center. I'm standing on it. It's hard to see it now because it's all iced over. We're still pretty cold. But we're coming close to the summer, by the way, second week before the summer season. So spring is right around the corner, which is amazing. But I want to show you guys this spot here. This is a great little, I love it. I've already fallen in love with it. I've been doing just a little bit of resource preparation, getting some goods set up here, clearing a little bit of the trees and picking up some stones here and there. Just trying to make the place look nice and presentable for you guys. I'm going to keep this tree right here. I think this is one I'm going to use maybe to, I don't know. We'll see. Tie some bear skulls too one day if we ever get a bear. But over here is my shelter. This is just for preparing. Oh, a couple of birds down below. Look at that. Two birds. Oh, it's so beautiful. But no, this little shelter here is just for preparing our kills and stuff before we get any kind of. You can see they got the water there. But before we get our log cabin up, which is going to take a lot of work, guys, we're nowhere near that. I've still got to get iron production up and running. So this will be the site of the cabin right up here, this little spot between the two mountains. We've got a big mountain on either side of us here to the up and to the north and to the south. No, we don't want to climb any cliffs. And of course, that lake is down below. Wonderful lake. It's kind of hilly. It's got a lot of cliffs, which is good. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of iron ore and stuff, but you can see just over here on this side, we've got a nice little crop of trees. This is where we will get all our building materials and all the wood we ever need. So this place, I'm pretty sure, is abundant in resources. And we haven't tried fishing in the lake yet, which we might do. So the big task now is to get everything moved from our south area, the southern region where we've been living, up here. I haven't done any of that yet. So let's see here. What time of the day? It is morning. We're lively. Let me rest a little bit, but I think it's time. Let's officially claim this spot by making the first trip south to pick up all our stuff. So I'm gonna zoom all the way out. Good. Let's go to the map one more time. Now, I just want to plan my route a little bit. So basically, if we start from exactly this position and head south, I will still need to move westward a little bit, which is okay. I mean, there's no challenge there. I'm just thinking about like how much of the map we can open up, and so let's do that. Let's head south. Of course, I'm just going to speed right down here. You always run the risk of running into or encountering things you might not want to, but honestly, there's so much traveling involved in this kind of thing where we're moving back and forth. Whoops, we're getting tired. Ready to drop? Let's sleep. Let's take a quick peek at the map. We're going to make this trip at least once together. I won't make you guys sit through every little fetch quest I do to get all my meat and stuff, but the first time around we'll go together here. So you can see we've gone about halfway. Let's keep moving. And we're opening up some different stuff. Now when I return, what I'll do is I'll pick another, hold on, no. What I'll do is I'll pick another corridor, so like I'll go up the middle here. I'll leave from our shelter and I'll come just straight north here, trying to open up a nice gap here so we can see eventually. And then when I return, I'll come down this way and I'll return maybe on this side going up. So trying to systematically open up some of the map as we go. It's not perfect, as you can see, especially if you start to get off your sleep cycle and travel at night. It really affects how much you can see as well, but it's all right. This way, we've got something opening up. All right, it's time to sleep. Boom, look at this. I can see just to the south some of the known territories. So we have almost, yeah, we've reached the point here where we want to make our turn. And let's, oh, elk. Ah, of course, we get down here into this region and we immediately encounter a huge animal. It's just how it was. Like I said, this is a very fertile region. Hopefully up north too, and our mountainous area will be as well. I don't know. We haven't spent much time there yet, so luckily, like I've mentioned in the previous one, though, living next to the ocean or within a stone's throw, so to speak, it definitely presents some additional food options. So here we go. We've arrived once more at our good old shelter. I am going to miss this place. We've had a lot of good times here. This is basically not where we initially set up camp, but this is where we've spent the most time for sure. Um, let's see, we're still lively. Real quick, before we do anything there, let's check our pig traps. We haven't been here in several days. They've been extremely unlucky. Which, oh yeah, there's 5 of them here. No luck, no luck. I'm curious about this food here. Is it still any good? Let me grab whatever. Oops, wrong button. Awful dried cuts. Yeah, I'll take those. They're not rotten. The awful just means they don't taste good. It doesn't mean they're spoiled. But let's go ahead and disassemble these. Only because I want to grab that cordage right there. Yeah, I'm not going to need the stones or anything. We're going to live in the mountains, so I don't need stones. Honestly, I really don't need this cordage either. So I think what I'll do is I'll just grab the meat real quick and we'll head back to the shelter. Okay, well, check this out. I have been able to surprisingly pick up a lot of stuff here, almost all of it. We're carrying 318 pounds, so he's very loaded down, but he can still move around freely and ski, which is amazing. Now, here's the things we have to leave behind. There's literally nothing here but a pile of bones, basically, and a nasty old arrowhead that we're not going to use. We've got some, yeah, more arrowheads that were like practice. I can't even use these right now, so I'm not worried about this stuff here. It's some firewood, so we have to leave all that behind, but this is going to stay. And what we're coming back for, this will also stay here. The cured skin, which will be ready tomorrow, but it'll be okay here, just sitting. And then we've got 2 piles of food. This is the longest one, so it'll take 7 days before we can pick this up. This pile here will be ready in 3 days, but that is literally it. There's nothing else here except for those 3 things. Now, I might want to come back at some point and get the bones, but honestly, we can get bones up north just as easily. And I think I have a few. Yeah, I've still got a pile of bones right here for crafting some wild boar bones. Those will work if I need more arrowheads. So, oh, there's octar fox bones right here too. So, and I've got antlers. We're not out of the bones totally. There you go. So I think it's time. I'm not going to wait around for 7 days. What we're going to do is carry this right back up north. Just like I said, I'm going to choose the corridor here. Careful. Okay, here we go. Am I lined up here properly? I could go a little bit farther to the right. All right, there we go. That looks better. Now let's take a little bite to eat. Probably have to stop and rest a lot more often considering all the weight we're carrying. And I don't know, we might be more of a target for vandals and stuff. Let's sleep. Yeah, if we get encounter a robber right now, that would be so devastating. Yeah, see, we're having trouble sleeping for long stretches now because of the weather. It's constantly snowing, so that's not good. Are we crawling? Yeah, I need to get up. All right. Oh, there we go. Full night's rest. Very good. Very good. And I'm eating, of course. Trying to keep his strength up on these journeys. And every bit you eat is less you have to carry, too, on your shoulders. So there we go. Let's check ourselves. Yeah, not opening up a lot here with this trip. That's okay. It's just how it goes sometimes. All right, we're getting closer, though. You can see the mountains. Let's see here. All right, where are we at? Yeah, you can see mine. I don't really need to mark it so much. That's the shelter right there. It's got the little brown triangle. So I took that X off just to show you guys, but I might leave it off there. It is so much nicer to see it. What am I doing? I want to keep going north. Okay. All right, now we can kind of veer off. There we go. We're fine. Oh, got to rest a little bit. Okay. So luckily, where is it? It is kind of harder to find without the X, I'll tell you that. Just trying to glance at the shelter on the map is pretty tough. Yeah, I tell you what, I am going to put that X there. Better safe than sorry. So I'm going to put home, sweet home, if I could spell it right. Oh, there it is. This is going to be the spot here. I love it. Okay, so let's zoom in here. And I'm going to take most of that stuff to the shelter. I'll probably do what I did there. And, oh, look, there's already some herbs and stuff growing over here. What are these? Let's investigate these. Growing crowberry shrubs. That's amazing. Oh, I love it already. So, yeah, I might build a second shelter next to it right here to drop the meat. But for right now, it's just all of it's going right here. So let me empty my inventory. Alrighty, well, I have gotten most of the stuff dropped now. I did decide to keep the shovel on me, so we did manage to make a decent wooden shovel, which is amazing. That's going to be the very first step towards doing everything else. That shovel right there, towards gating iron, starting to smelt it, So really, that's the key tool right there. Now, with that, I'm going to keep it around me, and I'm going to try it occasionally. I know right now there's no way. Yeah, ground is frozen and impossible to dig, but as soon as we start to see that first big thaw, I'm going to start trying it. And when we can start to dig holes, that's when I'm going to start to really get out there and look for iron. I don't know, maybe it's possible to get it from like the lake and stuff beforehand. I've never got it from the bottom of a lake, so I'm not sure. Plus, we don't have a boat. And I mean, I get what? I guess I would have to probably break the ice and any location I wanted to get it. I don't know. Tell you what, this isn't even the easiest lake to get to, is it? There's a lot of cliffs right here. We could get down to the water this right here. It's hard to see it, but you start to learn when you play enough, you start to learn the look of the cliff. So right here, I can get down onto the water because it's slightly different color. Do you see that here? So this little ledge is not this dark line. This dark thick line indicates cliffs here, all along here. And even these, the fact that they're a little bit darker than like this line up here, this hilltop is it's not very steep. These are extremely steep. So the thicker and darker the line, the steeper. This little spot right here, we can get into the water because it's not quite as steep there. But anything else, if I were to walk over here and try to go, it's going to ask me, do you want to climb those down those ledges? And I'm going to say no. I always say no. You can slip and fall and kill yourself, so don't do it. But if you're careful and you look closely, you can notice the difference there. All right, everybody, welcome to the ocean shore here. I've been doing a lot of work. No, don't worry, I didn't change the location of my base last minute, but we came up here specifically to get some clay. So while I'm waiting for things to thaw out so we can get iron, I've decided to try and get as much stuff for my ironing process, my mining process, as possible. And right now we're going to make a furnace. Now I need a little bit of clay for that. So in order to get clay, one of the ways we can do it is to come up here to the ocean and dig it up. But here's the deal. Let's see if I go to dig clay from seashore. All right, it's kind of hard to say. I'm just going to do one for an example. Be by the seashore, which is checked. We've got that. Water, you must be in the sea. So I have to get out of my skis. We're going to take our skis off. Yeah, and you can see I've got the fire burning because I know getting in this water is going to be super cold. Don't worry about taking your clothes off or anything like that. But I'm going to step into it. Yep, it's not very deep. It's we can stand here. We're not swimming, so we're in the shoreline. We're just in the like knee deep water, guess. But I'm next to the fire. I hope that helps. Here we are bitterly cold. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's try just one thing here. Oh, setting where it now does not meet the requirements. Really? So wait, do I need to be standing deeper? I need to be standing in the sea. Oh, I don't think so. No, I'm not. Let me try it one more time here. We're bitterly cold. No, that's not going to work. Oh, shoot. Well, I guess I can't get clay because I did, if you notice, whoops, there was another way to get clay. Let's see. By a lake? Yeah, it says dig clay, but you have to be by a lake. And of course, we live near a lake, but you have to be standing in a pit. So I have to dig a pit first, which of course I can't do because the ground is frozen. So, well, let me go ahead and warm up here a little bit. We'll just rest by the fire, get warm, and we'll head back home. All right, yeah, it's getting a little late, but I mean, it was worth a try. I don't know exactly what they want from me in terms of where I need to be. It says standing in the water, but I mean, it was in the water. It might have to be actually like up to a certain depth, or maybe there's just different locations that don't have clay. I don't know. Let's see. We're not too far from it, obviously, so it wasn't too hard to get there, but boom. Well, here we are back here. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, we'll see that I have been preparing a lot of different materials. I've been collecting all kinds of stuff. We got, and I did make a stone forge here. Let's actually light this thing. I got some refuse in here. I want to start a fire in it. So let's try that again. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. So you can see we've got a forge here. Now, I don't know exactly how this one works. I was built to be able to build it with just stone. It actually weighs 1,000 pounds, and it kind of bugged out my UI a little bit. So for whatever reason, when I crafted it, instead of dropping it directly on the ground, it was in my inventory, and I had to drop it before I could do anything else because it weighed 1,000 pounds. And you can see when it calculated the fact that I was carrying it, it never cleared that one off there. So I'm still literally shows that I'm carrying 1,110 pounds, but I'm only carrying 110. So that little one right there is probably going to be stuck on our screen for a while, but that's okay. No big deal. Maybe after I save it, it'll go away. I'm not sure. But, if you'll notice, like the UI for a lot of these is written over the text for some of these commands. When you go in and look at them, not that one, but some of the ones actually we've looked at, the one for the seawater was. And that's just because, they're working with a limited amount of space here with the UI. And obviously, the crafting menu was never intended to be this big or this complex, but don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to the modders out there who have done it. But, oh, that reminds me, I'm not wearing my skis anymore. Okay, we're good. So, I lit the little fire here just to show it to you. I don't have any way to do anything with it. I don't even know exactly if it's going to work. But let's look at the crafting menu under mining here in iron. So we've got one option. Where is it? Build a bloomery furnace. That's the one I'm working on now. I think we'll need that just for, in addition, maybe to the simple stone forge. That's what I built here. That's the one that I had to drop on the ground. Assign a fireplace as a forge. That's interesting, but we don't have a. You have to be indoors to build a fireplace, so I don't. We're nowhere near that. The rest of these things are like actually commands for the ore itself, getting it, and then mining for stone, crush stone, roast ore. So that's like the start of the process. Then you would smelt ore into iron. No, as I remember, first you have to turn ore into blooms. So the bloomery furnace, it's like once you've extracted the ore, roasted it from the stone, then you put it in a bloomery furnace, which like I guess softens it up, and then you can smelt it. I think that's a rough outline of the stages here. I'm not sure about the billets. I think the billet is a finished product. But anyway, we're going to figure it all out. Oh, and you can see we can even salvage stuff here. Dehafted iron small axe head. Okay. Interesting. And then when you've got something like an axe head, you can assemble it like in your tool making. So if you come here and did a hand axe, it would ask you for that small axe head, the haft itself, and then the tools to assemble it, including a whetstone. Maybe we can craft a whetstone. What do you think that would be under? Utility? Huh. Let's see what that is, because I might be able to. I'm trying to get as much stuff crafted early as I can, so that when we're ready, I'm not like scrounging around to make little pieces like a whetstone. So let me search for that and see if we can craft that up. Okay, well, I just acquired one here. It took me a while to figure it out, but let's see. There it is, 2 pounds of whetstone. Okay, so you got to have two stones. So let's zoom back into our place first. If what threw me is off, if it said what threw me off is that it said you have to stand on barren ground, quote unquote. And I was like, I don't know what that is. But now I've realized what barren ground actually is. So, first things first, let's grab some stone. We'll make a second whetstone. I don't know if I need it, but we'll just grab it for display purposes here. I'll show you. So, you need two stones. That's what the recipe itself requires. Then, like, I moved all around here, and it says, see, terrain barren, stand on barren ground, stone to shape, stone to another stone to grind it with. So you need two stones, but I was like, what is barren ground? Well, if you go to the mountainous areas, there are little patches of gray, like pebbly area. I'm pretty sure that's technically barren ground. Now, because it's snow covered and I can't tell where it is, I just went to the world map, stood on a mountain tile, and boom, that worked. So technically we're on barren ground here and we can do it. So you can craft some things on the world map. obviously, and boom, now we have a second whetstone. So there you go. That's the recipe for the whetstone. And where was it located? I think it's under tools. Was it tools? Here, let me find it again. I'm sorry. Okay, yep, here it is. Tools under tool making, grind a whetstone. Now, anvil stone is probably important too. What do we need for that? Let's do that too, real quick. Oh, this is going to take too long. I should have done this at my. Yeah, that's all right. We'll keep going. No. Yeah, this was a little bit too long. I didn't think this would take long. We definitely need an anvil, but that's okay. We'll keep going. Hopefully, I can move this thing even after I've finished. Oh my God, look at this. It's taken over 8 hours to make this. Some things I'm not familiar with the crafting of these, but this is why I want to get some of this done early, you see, because it's going to take 10 hours to make something like that. Dang. Do it now when we've got plenty of food and everything. All right, there we go. Go to sleep. All right, now we can move. Awesome. Let's get back to our shelter. Oh, I should have made that right over here. So anyway, let's drop it though. I'm trying to keep everything nice and organized. So let me see. Do I have any stone? I do. I have a 14 pounder on me. All right, now let's drop that anvil thing. There it is, anvil stone, 120 pounds. Okay. I'll drop the whetstones inside the shed there, our little shelter. Yeah, we'll put our tools and stuff for mining. This is where we're going to do our mining, obviously. Not the mining itself, but the ore processing and blacksmithing. And then, of course, down here we handle all our furs, and this is where the food's at too. Of course, the cordage is here as well. So, man, oh man, we got a lot of stuff going on. And I'm kind of waiting. I'm not sure if it's been 6 days or not. I think it might have probably been because if we look down here now, we're on the third day of the last week before summer season. But got one more trip to make down south. If we time it right, we can get everything in one final go. It can be a dangerous trip. It's a long trip. We'll be carrying back some valuable food and stuff. But I say let's go ahead and do it together. Let's make this final trip together. I'm going to drop anything I don't need. Even the shovel, we'll drop the shovel here. That's fine. I got a little bit extra food. That's fine. Let's do a sacrifice before we go. Awful dried cuts. The gods don't know any better. This is great. This is great. So if we can get back here successfully, this is going to be amazing. But how much water do I have? Let's refill our water before we head out, just because it's so much more convenient to just drink from our bag than to have to stop occasionally. All right, we got plenty of food. Water is refilled. All right, let's head south. Let's do it. Hopefully the last time we'll have to do this, unless for some unknown reason or unforeseen reason we have to return. But if we do, let's break up some of this unknown fog of war stuff here. We'll go down, yeah, roughly about this location's good. We're going to open up quite a bit. Just watching, make sure we're not getting cold. You can see that the bar is gone. There is no yellow. I was wrong about that. It's just blue to red. So, yeah, you can see it is definitely getting warmer. Oh, man, spring is almost here for sure. Can't wait to see some of this snow thaw out. No birds right now. It's going to be amazing to see the green grass again in this game. It is like once your eyes get accustomed to seeing the white snow for so long, it is kind of a shock. The first couple days when you see it, it's like, oh my God, the grass is green again. What the heck? But it's amazing, and you get used to it. And then once the full season goes around and you start to see snow again, it's another shock. You're like, oh my God, all this white. This is crazy, but it's fun. All right, oops, we just encountered a fox and I accidentally hit yes. I'm not hunting you, Mr. Fox. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I managed to escape the fox, and here we are. So we came back for three things. This skin right here, which is preserved, so it's going to be okay. I just wanted to pick it up. It is done. We've got it. Also, we've got some meat here. Nice little pile of meat. It's all good. Everything is in our bag now. And we got one last pile here. Oh boy, this is a big one too. This one was like 200 pounds of food. Okay, so we've got everything here we want. This pile here just has some bones. Our old javelins, which we were, I think, only successful with once, but it's always good to have them. We're going to leave it here. All this stuff is staying here. No need to bring any of this back. We've got plenty of bones and arrowheads back home, so we're set. Oh my gosh, we can finally leave this location, get ourselves away from the purple menace, and head back north. Let's go, folks. Uh-oh. This is not good, guys. Look at what we've just encountered here. After midnight, traveling north, I'm pretty fatigued. We're tired, hungry. We just encountered a wolf. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's a single one right there. I'm gonna. Oh no, there's two. I see them. Do you see them? There's two of them. There's probably more too. I can't go into hiding. Let's flip around. Oh my God, there's a bunch of them. Okay, just back away very casually. Oh my God, we're surrounded by wolves. None of them are hostile right now. Okay, one of them's kind of running away. That's fine. They're a little bit curious. All right, I think we're good to back away in this direction. Oh my God. Yep, they're still there. Oh, okay. I was able to leave. All right, let's go. Let's go. Oh my God. That was insane. Stop, take a break, rest for a second. Wow. Let's go ahead and sleep. That was nuts. That was nuts how close they started us. One wrong move, if I had attacked a single one of those, man, it would have been over. That would have been a quick way to end this playthrough right there. Wow. Okay, so we made it past there. Oops, I just entered a cave, and I'm not interested. We'll explore those caves later down the road. You know what I was thinking, since there is such an abundance of them. By the way, in case you didn't notice, the little white triangle, that's a cave. Every one of those is a cave. There's two of them right next to each other. But we're pretty close to a few of these. We could easily go and set up a bear trap in front of the mouth, a heavy bear trap right there, and just check in like once a season, twice a season. Don't have to go back that much. Let's see. Squirrel, no. Well, here we are. Look at it. There it is, the wonderful trinity of mountains. It's going to look so much nicer when it's the ice is thawed off that lake there. The nice blue shimmering waters of the lake. I love it. I love it. This game, even though the graphics are pretty lo-fi, I still get a nice sense of like exploration and peace like you would in the real forest. It's wonderful. It does replicate that feeling for me, at least sometimes in those magical moments. And discovering this place is one of those. So I really hope you guys are enjoying the series as well. I appreciate everybody who has an interest in the Unreal world. As I've said before, the popularity that you guys have just shown me with this game is very surprising, but welcome. So thank you guys. I hope to see you on the next episode. Have a great day. Hey everybody, I just wanted to give a very special shout out to my Patreon members. They are fantastic people. Interstick, Mr. PZ Jones, Lady Viz, and Spuds. Thank you guys so much. Couldn't have done it without you. And I also want to show off this fan art by Vita. It's a cuttlefish scientist. Thank you, Vita.